Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairs Cloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is CRACK10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairs Cloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. Hello students, how are you all? In this video, we will be discussing important current affairs of the topic sports of April month. The session will be very helpful and important, so do pay attention till the end. And also, I'll suggest you all to start making notes. To all the new viewers who are watching my video for the first time, there is a recommendation to all of you that you start making notes, because making notes is a very good habit that will fetch you a very good habit in the long term. Let's start. First, we are talking about Australia's Victoria State will be hosting the 2026 Commonwealth Games. I repeat, Victoria, that is located in Australia, will be hosting the Commonwealth Game in the year 2026. So what all you need to remember here? First, you need to remember the year in which the Commonwealth Games will be held in Victoria. that is in the year 2026, and this is in Australia. Either way the question can be asked that in Australia the Commonwealth Games will be held in which year. It will be in the year 2026, or vice versa format, that in 2026 the Commonwealth Games will be hosted by which country. It will be hosted by Australia. The 2026 games will be held in 4 towns such as Geelong, Ballarat, Bendigo and Gippsland of Australia. The opening ceremony will be held at Australia's largest cricket stadium, that is the Melbourne Cricket Stadium, that can hold up to 1 lakh spectators. If we talk about Australia and Commonwealth game, this is for the 6th time that Australia will be hosting this Commonwealth game, and second time it will be hosted in Victoria after Melbourne, the hosted event in 2006. The 2026 games are planned to be held outside the state in capital Melbourne. What are the years in which, as we saw, this is the 6th time that Australia will be hosting its Commonwealth games. So in what all year did the Commonwealth game was hosted by Australia? So remember, it was in 1932, it was in Sydney. Then 1962, it was in Perth. Then in 1982, it was in Brisbane. Then moving on in 2006, it was in Melbourne. Then in 2018, and now in 2026, that is for the 6th time Australia will be hosting Commonwealth game. If you talk about Commonwealth game, what are these? These are held every 4 years. First thing that you need to remember, there are 72 nations and territories of the Commonwealth, almost all of whom are the former territories of the British Empire. So all the former territories of the British Empire, or you can understand it in such a way, all the countries on which the Britishers ruled take part in this Commonwealth Games. The 4 home nations of the United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, are also simultaneously spend their teams in this particular games. Then if we talk about this Commonwealth Federation, president is Dame Louise Martin, DBE. Headquarter is in United Kingdom, and Birmingham will host the 2022 Commonwealth Games from 28th of July 2022 to 8th of August 2022 under the motto Games for Everyone. So in 2022, who will be hosting the games? It will be hosted by Birmingham. And what is the motto under which, or the theme under which, the 2022 Commonwealth Games will be hosted? It is Games for Everyone. I need you to remember this motto. This is important. Alright, and it will be held in from 28th of July to 8th of August. Moving on. Now, let's ask you a question. What is the new limit for auto debit mandates done through the cards and UPIs after June 2022? Also friends, all these questions that I will be asking you side by side will be the current affairs only. It will be a quick revision for all of you. So what is the new limit for auto debit mandates done through the cards and UPIs? Tell me. It is, what is the amount? New limit, it is 15,000 rupees. RBI increased the limit for auto debit mandates done through the cards and unified payment interface, that is your UPIs, to 15,000. That was earlier 5,000 rupees. So the correct option here is option C. It means that customer will no longer be required to authenticate recurring transactions on their subscriptions, utility bills, EMIs up to 15,000 with one-time password every time during the payment. Moving on. Next we are talking about Charles Leclerc has won the Australian Grand Prix for Ferrari. Why Ferrari? Charles Leclerc drives for which company? He drives for Ferrari. Same as Max Verstappen drives for Red Bull. Alright, so Charles Leclerc has won the Australian Grand Prix for Ferrari. Remember this. Next is Indian shuttler Mithun Manjunath has won the silver medal in the men's single title. I repeat, we are talking about Indian shuttler Mithun Manjunath. Alright, his world rank is 74 in the men's single title, and he has won silver medal in the men's single title at the Orleans Master 2022. During the Orleans Master of 2022, Mithun Manjunath has won the silver medal. His world ranking is 74. Alright, and here we are talking about this Orleans Master is related to, or this shuttler means we are talking about which sport? We are talking about badminton. It should be understood, it should be clear by now. Alright, there should be no doubt that if we are talking about a shuttler, that means he is related to, or she is related to which sport? They are related to badminton. And Orleans Masters is of which sport? It is also of badminton. So coming back, Mithun Manjunath has won the silver medal during the Orleans Master 2022. Moving on, next we are talking about New Zealand pacer Hamish Bennett has announced the retirement from all the forms of cricket. 2 to 3 ways this question can be asked. First, Hamish Bennett, he is related to which sport? He is related to cricket. Second way this question can be asked, that Hamish Bennett, who has announced retirement from all the forms of cricket, belongs to which country, or he plays for which country? He is from New Zealand. Alright, so these are the ways this question can be asked and you need to remember him. Moving on. Next, India has bagged 10 medals during the Thailand Open Boxing Tournament 2022, among which 3 were gold. I repeat, India secured total 10 medals in the Thailand Open International Boxing Tournament. Here, out of these 10 medals, remember, 3 were gold, 4 were silver, and 3 were bronze. So this is the medal tally that you need to remember for the Thailand Open International Boxing Tournament, in which the India has won 10 medals, out of which 3 were gold, 4 silver, and 3 were bronze. Moving on, what is the age limit for officers to be eligible for the post of Chief of Defence, that is your CDS? I repeat, here the age limit is being asked to you for the post of Chief of Defence, that is your CDS. So the age limit is 62. Central government has amended service rules of the armed force 6 months after General Bipin Rawat, who was the India's first Chief of Defence, died in a helicopter crash in Tamil Nadu. As per the new rules, all the 3-star and 4-star officers from the 3 service under the age of 62 are eligible for the post of Chief of Defence Staff. It also includes those who are retired in the last 2 years. The CDS is the most senior uniformed rank in the officer in the rank. The only 4-star officer in the country are the CDS, the Chief of Tri Services. Alright, so 4-star officer. Question can also be asked in a different format. Who is the 4-star officer, or what is the rank for the 4-star officer in our country? It is your CDS, and the age limit has been what? 62 years. Next we are talking about a very famous cricketer, Kieron Pollard. As we know, Pollard is a very famous cricketer. He was very famous during IPL and he is from West Indies team. He is an all-rounder and recently he has announced the retirement from the international cricket. So what are the questions that you need to remember regarding Kieron Pollard? That he was from West Indies, he was an all-rounder, and he has taken retirement. He has announced retirement from all the forms of international cricket. Moving on. Next we are talking about Miami Open. And remember, Iga Swiatek had beaten Naomi Osaka. Naomi Osaka is related to tennis. Alright, so that means my Miami Open will be related to tennis. Iga Swiatek has beaten Naomi Osaka to win the Miami Open and to be the world number 1. I repeat, Iga Natalia Swiatek, she is from Poland and she has won the Women's Tennis Association Masters 1000 Miami Open 2022. You need to remember this only, that who won the Miami Open 2022 that was held in Miami Gardens, Florida, United States of America. Who has won this title? It has been won by Iga Natalia Swiatek and she's of Poland. And she defeated whom? She defeated Naomi Osaka of Japan in the finals. Next, which organization created a Guinness World Record for the longest continuously laid lane of 75 kilometers? I repeat, which organization recently created a Guinness World Record for the longest continuously laid lane of 75 kilometers? This Guinness World Record was made by NHAI. NHAI full form is your National Highway Authority of India. They created the Guinness World Record for the longest continuously laid lane of 75 kilometers. This was laid between Amravati and Akola in Maharashtra. Alright, this lane was laid in 105 yards approximately in 33 minutes. That is under 5 days, breaking the Qatar's record. Earlier this record was held by Qatar. Now NHAI, that is your National Highway Authority of India, has broken this record, and the record is of laying down 75 kilometers of continuously laid road that was between Amravati and Akola in Maharashtra. This took around 5 days. Alright, and remember, this is your NHAI, this is your National Highway Authority of India. Moving on, next we are talking about young Indian Grandmaster D. Gukesh has won the title at 48th La Roda International Trophy. So question will be direct and simple, that who won the 48th edition of the La Roda International Trophy, and this is related to chess. So he is Indian Grandmaster D. Gukesh has won the 48th La Roda International Trophy. Another thing that can be asked is the state from which Grandmaster D. Gukesh belongs from. He is from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Alright, he is from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Remember this. So 40th La Roda Championship, that is related to sports chess, was won by D. Gukesh. Next is Monte Carlo Masters. This is related to tennis. Alright, Monte Carlo Masters, this is related, this title or this event is related to which sport? It is related to tennis. So Stefanos, who is a Greek professional, has recently won the men's single title at the Rolex Monte Carlo 2022. That was the 115th edition of this Monte Carlo Country Club in Monte Carlo, Monaco. This was held from 10th to 17th of April. I repeat, who won the Monte Carlo Masters, that is related to tennis? It was won by Stefanos, and it was the 115th edition of this Monte Carlo Masters 2022. Next we are talking about Netherlands. Netherlands has won the 4th title at the FIH, that is your Federation of International the Hockey Junior Women's Hockey World Cup 2021. I repeat, who has won the Junior Women Hockey World Cup 2021? It was won by the Netherlands, and this is the 4th title. I repeat, this is the 4th title of Netherlands that has won the FIH Junior Women's Hockey World Cup 2021. Alright, this was the 9th edition of under 22 women's outdoor tournament that was held in South Africa from 1st to 12th of April. I repeat, who won the Junior Women's Hockey World Cup 2021? It was won by Netherlands. This was their 4th title. That is, they have won this title 4th time. Moving on, next, who is the first women cricketer to appear in 6 World Cups? I repeat, who is the first woman to be appearing in the 6 World Cups? Tell me her name. What is her name? She is Mithali Raj. Also remember, Mithali Raj was in news recently. Why? Because she has announced her retirement. Alright, and she is the first women cricketer to appear in the 6 World Cups. She is 39 years old, and she is the first and only women cricketer to have appeared in the 6 World Cups so far. Moving on, next we are talking about Khelo India University Games. Alright, so the recently Khelo India University Games were recently commenced. Alright, what is the logo? What is the mascot of it? Where was these games conducted? We will be talking about this. So we are talking about Khelo India University Games. First of all, remember the university that has topped in this Khelo India University Games is your Jain University. They have topped in this particular games. This was the 2nd edition of the Khelo India University Games that took place, and the location where they took place was Karnataka. Alright, they took place in Bangalore, Karnataka, the 2nd edition of Khelo India University Games. Apart from this, you need to remember the logo and the official mascot of Khelo India University Games is Veera. If we are talking about Khelo India Youth Games that were going to be held in Panchkula, Haryana, their mascot is Dhakad. Their mascot is Dhakad, Khelo India Youth Games. But here we are talking about Khelo India University Games. Their mascot is Veera. Alright, and where was they conducted? They were conducted in the state of Bangalore, Karnataka. Alright, moving on. Next we are talking about Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So remember, Max Verstappen has recently won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We were talking about Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen drives for which company? He drives for Red Bull. Alright, he drives for Red Bull. So Max Emilian Verstappen, this is his full name. Max Emilian Verstappen has won the first race in 2022 season of Formula 1 in Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, which took place in the Saudi Arabia. This Belgian Dutch racing driver Max Verstappen represents Red Bull Racing Honda. Alright, that means whom does he represent? He represents which company? Red Bull. Moving on. Next, we are talking about double squash championship. I repeat, World Double Squash Championship. Recently, India has won two historic gold medal in the 2022 WSF, that is your World Squash Federation's World Double Squash Championship. On 9th of April, India won maiden women's doubles and mixed doubles at the World Squash Federation World Double Squash Championship that was held at Glasgow, Scotland, United Kingdom. Deepika Pallikal, pairing with Joshna Chinnappa and Saurav Ghoshal, has won the women's double squash championship and mixed double squash championships respectively. So remember these two names, these are important. These three names. Next, what is the repo rate after RBI's June 2022 Monetary Policy Committee meeting? What is the repo rate? We know that recently, in a day or two before, the repo rate was increased. Now asked is, what is the repo rate after the Monetary Policy Committee's meeting? It is 4.9%. Alright, MPC decided to hike the policy's repo rate by 50 basis point to 4.9% in the June 2022. The MPC members voted unanimously to hike rates and to continue the withdrawal of the accommodative stance. RBI's MPCs last month raised the repo rate by 440 points. Real GDP forecast for the fiscal year has been retained at 7.2%, while inflation projected was revised for the fiscal year 2023 was 6.7%. Coming back, what is the current repo rate now? It is 4.9%. Moving on, Emilia Romagna Formula Grand Prix, that is your GP. Who won it? It is Max Verstappen who has won the Emilia Romagna, and he drives for Red Bull, we all know. And remember, who won the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix? Max Verstappen. Apart from this, he also won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So both these titles has been won by Max Verstappen. Next, if I ask you, who won the Monaco F1 Grand Prix for the year 2022? This was won by Sergio Perez, and he drives for Red Bull. Alright, then tell me, which is the country that won their first ever medal in the IBSA Judo Grand Prix? Which is the first country to won their first ever IBSA Judo Grand Prix medal? It is your India. India won their first ever medal in the IBSA Judo Grand Prix. Next, if I ask you, Indian chess master R. Pragnanda has secured which position in the Chessable Master tournament? In the Chessable Masters tournament, tell me. He secured second position. Then, if question asked to is related to the men's hockey Asia Cup, India won what medal in the men's hockey Asia Cup? So remember, India won bronze medal. Alright, India won bronze medal in the men's hockey Asia Cup. Then similarly, if question asked to you is regarding, we saw Khelo India University Games, but Khelo India Youth Games, when there will be held? They will be held in Panchkula, Haryana. And this will be the fourth edition of the Khelo India Youth Games that will be held in Panchkula, Haryana, and the mascot of them was Dhakad. Next, who is the first Indian Railway officer to complete the Ironman triathlon? Ironman triathlon was recently completed by first Indian Railway officer. What is the name? Shreyas G. Hosur became the first Indian Railway officer to complete this triathlon by the name Iron Man. Alright, then if I ask you, when do we observe Environment Day? Environment Day is observed on 5th of June. This is one of the most important questions that you need to remember. When do we observe the Environment Day? We observe it on 5th of June. Similarly, tell me, if questions asked to you, some other questions that are related not to sports, but let me ask you. Then tell me, Dash state hosted the National Education Ministers Conference. National Education Ministers Conference. Who hosted? Where this was hosted? in Gujarat. All right, in Gujarat. Similarly, tell me, if question asked to you is regarding India's first, or you can say world's first nano urea plant. Where is this set up? It is set up in Gujarat, and the organization that is setting up this world's first nano urea plant is IFFCO. All right, it is your IFFCO. Then which is the first state in the country that is setting up the first liquid mirror telescope? I repeat, India's first liquid mirror telescope is being set up where? It is being set up at Uttarakhand. India's first liquid mirror telescope is in Uttarakhand. All right. Next, if question asked to you is, tell me, Sikkim has recently declared dash as their state butterfly. So, blue duke is the name of the butterfly that has been declared as the state butterfly by Sikkim. Then next, Biotech Startup Expo 2022 is to be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Where this Biotech Startup Expo 2022 will be held? This will be held in New Delhi. Apart from this, one more important question. National Tribal Health Observatory was set up in Odisha. But if I ask you National Tribal Research Institute, where this research institute is being set up? This was inaugurated by Amit Shah, Home Minister of. He has this. Amit Shah inaugurated this National Tribal Research Institute in New Delhi. Remember this. All right, this was inaugurated in New Delhi, and National Tribal Health Observatory is in Odisha. So these are the two different things that you need to remember. Don't get confused in them. All right. Then CEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, was signed between India and UAE that came into effect from 1st of May. Next you need to remember that Central African Republic became the second country in the world who adopted Bitcoin as their legal tender. Means they adopted Bitcoin as their currency. Which was the first country? It was your El Salvador. So second country is now Central African Republic. Now friends, it's time for your homework. First question is, in June 2022, Exercise Sampriti X 2022, a joint military training exercise, commenced between India and which country? Tell me the location also where this was conducted. Next, second question. Which country recently signed an MOU with India to boost bilateral cooperation on climate action, environmental protection and conservation? I repeat, which country signed an MOU with India to boost bilateral cooperation on climate action, environmental protection and conservation? Third question. Which Indian company recently secured the 10th position among the top global business processes management providers in 2021 as per the Everest Group consultancy? Fourth question. In June 2022, General Major Bajram Bajaj was elected as the new president of which country? I repeat, General Major Bajram Begag was elected as the new president of which country? This is your fourth question. And I want almost everyone to comment below the answer of these questions, because it is a revision questions for you. It will help you in the long term. All right. Once you are commenting below, you will be remembering, yes, I commented the answer of this in particular comment section of Affairs Cloud video. So it will be a helpful revision for all of you. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairs Cloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is affairscloud_official. Apart from this friends, you can go and follow me also on my personal Instagram handle, that is Vikas_RRANA. You can go and follow me. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.